If you could choose between $1,000 today or $1,080 in a year, what would you choose? There are for sure many personal aspects to consider in making this choice, like how much valuable is $1,000 for you, and what would you do if you had it right away, and how much valuable is $80 to you. But apart from personal thought and situations, what is more valuable between $1,000 today and $1,080 in a year? Someone could jump right away into the conclusion that $1,080 is more valuable as it is a higher number. But is it so? Because there is an important concept to consider: the time value of money. The time value of money is a very important concept to understand while you're young and maybe are considering starting saving and investing your money. It is definitely one of the biggest eye-openers in the financial life of any person, and a big determinant for people who decide to save and sacrifice more while they're young. In this video, we are going through this powerful money-making concept, so hopefully I'm going to inspire more people to save and invest. And if you find this content useful, please consider giving it a thumbs up for helping us out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel to help us grow and produce more content. The time value of money tells you that basically a dollar saved today is worth way more than a dollar saved tomorrow. So it makes sense, while you're young, to be considerate about how you spend your money and try not to completely waste it or spend it on useless things, as, according to the principle of the time value of money, it is the most important period. According to this concept, the money that you have at this present time is worth more than the same amount of money in the future due to its potential earning capacity. And just to be clear, we are not taking into account inflation, we are just taking into consideration that the money you save and invest, or put in a high interest rate savings account today, can earn you more money in the future. So the sooner you get it, the more valuable it is. There are many ways that you can make the money work for you to make more money: investing in the stock market, investing in the bond market, putting it into a savings account, and so on. So let's go back to the initial example and try to figure out what is the best thing to do. Let's take a few assumptions for the example. You don't need the money any soon, and you can put the money in a 10% savings account, which is super high from a historical perspective, but let's just use this value for the sake of the example. So what's more valuable, $1,000 now or $1,080 in a year? You can easily and quickly realize that if you put the $1,000 into the 10% savings account, you will have $1,100 in 1 year, so $20 more than the $1,080 that was offered in a year. So you can see how, when considering money, not only is it important the amount of money per se, but also when you receive it, because you could put that money to work for you. Let's see more examples. To visualize how powerful this concept is, imagine that you are 18, just started working and have 1,000 spare dollars. Let's compare it with the same amount of money, $1,000, when you are 66 and ready to retire soon. Let's visualize how much more valuable that $1,000 is when you are 18 according to the time value of money. Imagine you took that money and put it into a bank savings account, this time at 2% annual interest rate, and kept it there your entire life. At 66, you decide to withdraw the money. In that 48-year time frame, that $1,000 will have grown up into $2,587.07, basically 2.5 times the money you had at the beginning. This is only one way you can invest your money. Imagine now that you invested that money in the stock market. Let's say that you invested in an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Historically, the S&P 500 returned an average of 9 to 10% a year. Let's be conservative and say you get an average of 8.5% a year. Again, you invested money into the stock market at 18 Fast forward to 66 with an average of 8.5% return a year, and you get yourself $50,191.18. It's incredible, isn't it? Your initial $1,000 grew over 50 times its original value. With this simple calculation, you can realize how that same amount of money, $1,000, is worth 50 times more when you receive it as you are 18 rather than receiving it when you are 66. And this simply by investing in some simple index fund that tracks the S&P 500. This is of course thanks to the power of compound interest. With compound interest, the interest you get every year is gonna grow by itself next year, and the interest generated by last year interests create more interest, which is gonna keep growing and growing together with the principal sum of money. This concept of the time value of money is by itself one of the main concepts that made me want to start investing and made me realize that I can't be spending all my money on useless things and that I can't simply hold my savings in cash. We need to make our money work for us, so the best thing to do is trying to save more money and let it snowball and compound over time. This makes you realize that when you are young, even if you don't have a really high paid job, the money you're getting is still really valuable if used in the proper way. All of this is strictly related to the concepts of the future value and present value of money. The concept of the future value of money is about how much an amount of money will be worth in a certain time in the future if invested at a certain rate of return, which is basically the concept we discussed so far. The present value of money describes exactly the opposite process. It tells you how much will be worth now a certain sum in the future. It's like answering this question: how much money will I have to invest at X% interest rate for Y years to get this sum of money after those Y years? Let's see a very simple example. What is the present value of $250 in 1 year from now with a 10% interest rate? So how much money do you need now to get that $250 in 1 year with a 10% interest rate? It is like thinking that $250 is the future value of a certain amount of money we need to find. So basically we have to solve this equation and we need to find the x. So we have a certain amount of money x, which gets a 10% increase, and the final value is 250. So we sum up here and we get 1.1x equals 250. We move 1.1 down here and we get $227.27. So the present value of $250 in 1 year at a 10% interest rate will be $227.27. This is the essence of the relation between time and money. Of course, this is not to say that you have to live a life of reclusion. Your youth is the time when your money is most valuable to be saved and invested. But at the same time, it is the time when you're healthy, full of energy, and can enjoy life to the fullest. So it is of course important to find the right balance. As a kid, I always thought that how much money a person had depended mostly on how much they made working and saved, which is true, but I was never told about these other really important components of wealth, the concept of investing and the concept of the time value of money. In everything we said so far, we didn't take into account other important things to consider, like inflation, negative interest rates, the possibility of the market to lose value, how long is the time frame considered, and so on. We consider everything with safe and predictable returns, because that's what mostly always happened in history during long periods of time. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.